An annual tradition here on Good Day Wisconsin makes its return ahead of Christmas. They are fresh from the farm, these trees, but soon they will be filled with ribbons and baubles and glitter, and actually they're already getting started. It is the 14th annual Tiny Tree Throwdown, and we have our original designers with us. Kim's over there, Jenny's in the middle, and this is Nicole Campbell from Pedal Pusher. I will start with you because it looks like we designed the set with your tree in mind.
That was very thoughtful of you guys. Yes, yes.
Tell us what you, well, first of all, 14 years, can you believe it?
When you said that, I was like, I didn't even try to do the math because I couldn't remember how many it was, but I knew it'd been a lot.
So this is your 14th tree for the Tiny Tree Throwdown, and what are you doing this year?
Well, something woodsy, which is not really a surprise if you've watched this before, but this is inspired by the fact that we actually had to cut down a tree in our woods. And so while I'm doing that, and like these beautiful birch branches, it was damaged in last spring's ice storm. I didn't want them to go to waste, so that's kind of where the inspiration came from. And then as I'm supposed to be holding the ladder, I'm picking up leaves, and I'm a delight to work with in the woods.
It all comes back home with you.
It goes to my shelf of treasures, and I wait for its purpose, and this is its purpose. And it's going to get a little more glam as we go through the process.
I mean, she has leaves, you had glitter, and all, there's your tree.
Winter sparkle.
Yeah, and what do you think of our new set here that we designed for your tree?
That was very thoughtful of you and Whispering Pines.
The image behind us is Whispering Pines Tree Farm. They donated the trees for the Tiny Tree Throwdown. Once again, Jenny Gafford of August Haven. Let's talk about your tree.
So I recently did a classic hot toddy recipe for the August Haven Winter Lookbook. And it's
I saw that.
It
looks delicious.
It's delicious.
Okay.
So what we're doing right now is we're on the whiskey layer of this tree, but this is our hot toddy tree. So how we're doing that is I have these fabulous sort of velvety, warm caramel colored balls that's the whiskey color.
They're touchable.
They are touchable, good texture. And then we have, just a little bit of ribbon for that touch of honey, that little bit of sweetness. So we're working on the whiskey level right now, and then we'll get to a few other layers in a moment.
Okay, I can't wait. All right, and your thoughts on 14 years?
I have a 14-year-old. How is this possible?
It's possible. And Kim is also back. Kim Geiser from Hello Happiness Creativity Center. Always getting so creative with your trees. And you start planning right when the throwdown the previous year is over.
I did, 90% off, that's my time. So I picked up disco balls last year. I didn't know what that was gonna lead to, but I was very inspired by my favorite artist. So I'm gonna be doing a Swiftie tree today.
Yay! She was on my Spotify Wrapped yesterday as my second favorite artist.
No, she was my first.
I figured she was your
25,000 minutes.
Oh my, I don't even come close. I don't even come close. Okay, so the disco balls are going on this tree.
Yes, it's going to be Life of a Showgirl.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
No, and you didn't even know. A year ago, it just came together.
Yeah, it just was kismet.
All right, Kim, Jenny, Nicole, get to work. All right, and we will check back with them throughout the show to see the transformation. And we do want to let you know that they're donating all of this along with Whispering Pines. And then these trees will be going to local veterans. We'll explain more as the show continues. And Good Day Wisconsin, we'll be right back. We are celebrating the Christmas season with our Tiny Tree Throwdown. It's the 14th Throwdown, and I would like to introduce you to everyone eventually, but I have Kim and Jenny and Nicole back for the 14th year. We call it a Throwdown because it's fun to say, but really, I couldn't pick a favorite. We are going to start with Kim Geiser from Hello Happiness Creativity Center, and your tree, which the theme is?
It's a Taylor Swift tree. It's Life of a Showgirl.
Obviously.
I'm a huge Swiftie, always have been. I can't even believe I haven't done a Taylor Swift themed tree.
I can't believe you haven't either. And you started with the disco balls at the end of last season.
Yeah, so I shopped the 90% off, and I found this garland that had the disco balls, and then I got the disco balls thinking this will be a theme, and then it just came to me like as the weeks got closer. Of course, probably like last week it came to me.
As always, yes. And you found these pearls.
So yeah, at Hello Happiness, we're an art supply thrift store. I just kind of picked up things that were literal words from the Life of the Showgirl song. So we're gonna take these pearls of wisdom and hang them around the tree. And then we have a lovely bouquet on the tree. So yeah, it's like a literal interpretation of Life of a Showgirl.
All the Swifties out there know exactly what you're talking about. It's looking fabulous so far. Jenny Gafford from August Haven has a hot toddy tree this year.
Hey, and all the seasonal hot toddy drinkers know exactly what I'm talking about.
So let's take a closer look at this tree and what you've done.
So we did our initial, classic hot toddy. So nothing's more classic than a magnolia leaf. So we have the magnolia leaf on there, and the flip side is nice, that sort of brown color. Then we have the whiskey with the velvet ball. Then we added the orange.
Okay.
So this year's
How did you do that?
So this year's hot toddy is a charred orange. So this is about 2 dozen oranges sliced. I just lay them on paper towels in my house for a few days, which smells gorgeous. They air dry. They'll continue to dry on the tree, be perfectly preserved, not get any little bugs. And then we move on to the cinnamon.
I saw your little bundles.
My little bundles. So these are cinnamon sticks that I've hot glued together. Added a little bit of green twine to go with our color theme. And then even though the anise star is not in the drink, it's a fabulous little holiday spice, and it's a cute little star.
Yeah.
And just add that to our tree.
A great ornament. Okay, hot toddy tree, life of a showgirl. And let's come over here to Nicole Campbell from Pedal Pusher, and we have a winter woods tree.
With a little bit of sparkle, which is
I
what
know,
we're
I
working on
saw
right
that.
now.
Talk
This
about
could
these
be on Trim's
sparkles.
tree.
Keep that away from her. She'll take
No,
it.
she'll steal it from me. So I love icicles. I think they're so beautiful. And my grandma always had tinsel on her tree. But I have cats, and if you have cats or toddlers or things like that, tinsel isn't always great. So I wanted to find a way to bring that look with ease. So what I did is I bought this as fabric trim from the fabric department. I'm cutting it into little tiny sections, and then threading it with a couple non-breakable ornaments onto zip ties, and then you just zip it onto the branch. Oh, ornament down.
Okay, that's okay.
But that way, cats can't pull it off. Your ornaments aren't going to fall off. It's just easy.
So we have leaves and sticks from the woods, and then a little sparkle and bling for that tree. Thank you, everyone. We'll continue to check the progress, and I want you all to know that these trees are going to Hands for Heroes. It's a nonprofit that helps out veterans in our area. So these trees are going to a good home when they're done, guys.
It's such a great job. Thanks, Rach.
The Christmas season is in full swing. Time is up for this year's Good Day Wisconsin Tiny Tree Throwdown. Kim and Jenny and Nicole have done an amazing job this year. And I just was thinking, you're at home and you're thinking about putting your tree up, and you're going to go get the bins from last year's stuff and put it on. These three come up with new stuff every year. So they put a lot of effort into it, and we thank you for that. Thanks to Whispering Pines for donating the trees. They don't look the same anymore after these three got their hands on them. Okay, Nicole, let's start with you, Nicole Campbell from Pedal Pusher, and your Winter Woods Wonderland tree.
Yeah, it's been so cold and snowy. I thought let's embrace what's beautiful about that. So we've got wintry sparkle. These are real leaves that I added some shimmer to, some faux snow, berries, pine cones, branches, all that good stuff. And then we added a little mischief, because there's supposed to be a little mischief.
Yes, some wildlife in there.
So we've got our little bird attending to her nest, a couple little owls looking for trouble, and there's a little squirrel tucked in there as well. So
oh, it's so cute, because these are trees where you have to look at them and then look at them and find all the treasures and the mushrooms.
Oh yes, and these were actually ornaments that we have at the store, as are the birds and the squirrels as well. But they're beautiful glass mushrooms, and they're the clip-on type, so it gives that little height to the branches, which is beautiful.
Pedal Pushers in the Broadway district here in Green Bay. And any final thoughts on the 14th year of the Tiny Tree Throwdown?
I feel like I tend to be nature inspired, but that's just my aesthetic, and it makes my heart happy. And I think a lot of us in Northeast Wisconsin like this look too. So I'm hoping the veteran home that it goes to appreciates it.
They are going to appreciate it. They're going to love it. And you put your touch on it every year, as does Jenny Gafford from August Haven. And this year's tree is a hot toddy one.
Hot toddy. So I did a hot toddy recipe for the August Haven Winter Lookbook, meant to inspire people, and I was inspired. So we have all the elements of a great classic cocktail with the classic nod from the magnolia, our ribbons of honey with our ribbon at our top, our orange, our whiskey brown, and then I just finished it off with a nice, generous piece of corduroy fabric.
Around the base.
Around the base. I always like to wrap it in fabric for my finishing touch. Tree skirts are never what I want. So just all of the great textures and warmth. But what I love about this tree was, just like sipping a hot toddy, you were forced to sort of slow down and take your time, winding my little bundles, slicing my oranges. This was the most relaxing tree I've ever put together.
And it looks so elegant. I want my living room to look like this tree.
Thank you.
All right, beautiful. And we mentioned before that these trees are going to the nonprofit Hands for Heroes, who will deliver them to veterans' homes. Isn't that great?
I love it. 14 years of just feeling really good about coming here early in the morning with these 2 other women and knowing that they're going to be 3 very different trees and that they're ultimately going to a great home.
Yeah, and they do things like build ramps for the veterans and fix their doors so they can get in and out and just do handiwork. So we love that it's going to a good cause. And hopefully one of them is a Swiftie fan.
That would be really good. I mean, it's just a fun, sparkly, glitzy, you know, feminine tree. So yeah, I was inspired by my favorite artist. And
What were the finishing touches you just put on, Kim?
well, I added my mischief, the kitty cat in the tree, which I know people usually try to avoid, but we put one in there. So it's a cute little stuffed animal for someone, hopefully. I just really put a lot of extra ribbon just to tie the bouquet into the rest of the tree. And then I just finished it off with some iridescent netting on the bottom.
I love it. I love it so much. It's so sparkly and festive. Kim, Jenny, Nicole, thank you so much. Another successful, and everybody wins in this Tiny Tree Throwdown. To learn more about the artists, designers, and the nonprofit where they're going to, just go to our website, fox11online.com. We'll be back.